Hello and welcome. It's Bev from Living Fabulously. And today I want to talk to you about how to get started with email marketing without the technical headaches. Big question, right? So I think you likely have skills that you can repurpose. Most of us can use a word processor. Most of us can put a set of slides together. So what I want to talk you through is how to repurpose your existing skills and get yourself set up for success with the technology. If we think of it, when we do anything that requires a new process or a thoughtful process, we need to plan for it. So I want you to use your planning skills that you already have. I'm sure most of you have organized a party. Maybe you've organized a wedding. All of those skills that you've used in preparing for an event, you can use to plan out your email marketing. So the first thing you're going to do is to use post-it notes to note down all the steps in the process. So what we want to make sure is that we don't overlook any step, but what we want to capture is the detail of those steps. And then because they're on post-it notes, you can then paste them in the right sequence. And that will help you really make sure that you don't miss out on any steps in building your email marketing and building your list. The other thing I think that's really important is to document what it is that you need on the different places. So first of all, the first thing that you're going to send somebody to is your landing page. Now, on your landing page, what you want to do is outline not only the heading and the subheading, but also some very clear bullet points about what outcome somebody can expect to achieve when they actually download your opt-in. And get clear, use a tool that's available to you. So if you, for example, are already using Microsoft Word on your desktop, use that. If you're using Google, you can use Google Docs. So use what you already have. You do not need to make an investment at this point because we're in startup. We want to make sure that our costs are contained. The next thing that we need to do is to document what would go on the form that we want somebody to subscribe with. There are three really important parts here. We want to be able to personalize our emails. So request a first name only. We don't need their surname. It's not required. So request a first name, request an email address, and then make a very clear call to action on the button so that that actually promotes the decision making for them to take action. Next, you want to write your email nurture sequence. And this is where you're still using the same document. You can use one document and get all of these pieces done. So you're still using your Word document or a Google document. And what each email needs to do is to position that particular outcome that you want. So the first email is logically going to be download your opt-in. So your subject line needs to be clear so that they actually open up that email, number one. And then number two is the actions that you want them to take in there need to be clear. Now, if that person has never heard from you before, you would want to set up some context on and tell some sort of story around what this is and who you are. So that's really important there. And then obviously your other emails, it depends on what you're doing, how many emails you will have. But what you want is each email to have a compelling subject line so that it gets opened and then to add value in that process of those emails. So another tip I can give you is to keep those emails to less than 400 words. Most people do not have time and they want to take action. So make it clear where they can download the opt-in or the action that you want them to take. for that particular email. And often in subsequent emails, you may be offering them a low cost or a no cost way to engage with you. So you may offer what's typically called a discovery call, and that discovery call needs to be clear that it's about mutually trying to understand whether you're a good fit. It's not a hard sales call. Yes, you may have the opportunity to offer them a way to solve the problem that they're facing by offering a paid service with you. But with a low cost option, it might simply be a standalone set of instructional videos, or it may be something else of value to them. You can even offer them to go and read blogs of yours that relate to the topic that they've downloaded the opt-in for. And then once you've got those emails written, you need to consider how many days do you want in between those emails, because we really don't want to appear overzealous and send the emails too frequently, but equally so we don't want people to forget why they subscribed. So I've found for my business is that 3 days seems to be a sweet spot. So, but choose something for your business that feels right. And then once you've done that, that's when you're ready to look at the technology. So you need all of those things set up beforehand. And I would say when you're doing email sequences, you need to start with a platform that leverages your existing skills. So a number of the free available ones are quite complex to use, and they limit what you can do. And what I've found is that a product called MailerLite is a product that actually works right up until you get to the stages where you've grown your list to 1,000 subscribers. And it's very intuitive, it's user-friendly, and it's free up to 1,000 subscribers. So take a look at that if you haven't made a decision on a platform. If you've already decided on a technology platform and it's not fit for purpose for you, or it's too complicated, now's the time to switch horses, so to speak, and choose something like MailerLite that will allow you to create that space. I think also another important thing here with choosing a platform is it's not for life. You need to understand that as your business evolves and changes, so will some of your technology platforms. And that's why setting things up properly without using the technology, so having it all in a Word document or a Google document, means that if you were to migrate to another platform, you could easily recreate that opt-in sequence or that nurture sequence. Hope that's been helpful for you. Please do leave a comment and tell me what's the single biggest thing that you're really struggling with the email marketing technology. Bye for now, and remember, let's live the fab life together.